Hello everybody and welcome to the channel, and I want to start off by apologizing if you hear some coughing and carrying on. I've gotten a cold but haven't been playing in a while. Wanted to get some games in, so we're going to give it a try here. We got opening day out in Los Angeles. We got the New York Yankees taking on the Angels, and they'll lead it off for the visiting Yankees, playing shortstop Jeter, batting second, and playing second is Randolph. Batting third, playing left field is Judge. Batting fourth, playing center field is Mano. Batting fifth, playing right field is Maris. Batting sixth, playing first base is Martinez. Batting seventh, doing the catching is Munson. Batting eighth, playing third base is Nettles. And on the mound, batting ninth is the Gator, Louisiana Lightning, Ron GUIDRY. And for the hometown Los Angeles Angels, we got leading off, playing left field Oshani, batting second, playing second Grich, batting third, playing center field Trout, batting fourth, playing first base Klaus, batting fifth, playing right field Sullivan, batting sixth, playing third base DeCinces, batting seventh on the catch of Molina, batting eighth, playing shortstop is Ferguson, and batting ninth and doing the pinching is Dean Chase. And down here to the field we go to get this game started. As Philip Reynolds joins us here. And Derek Jeter will start it off in 1999. He batted .349. He had 24 homers, 102 RBIs. Dean Chase is on the mound for the Angels. And in 1964, he was 20-9 with 4 saves and a 1.65 ERA. Here's the pitch to Jeter. And that's going to be a fly ball out to right field for out number 1. And up to the plate steps Willie Randolph. And Willie, back in 1980, batted .294 rather, 7 homers, 46 RBI. And he gets a hold of this one off of Chase. See where this ball ends up at. And that ball is high. That ball is far. How far is this one going to go? Kiss it goodbye. Willie Randolph starts the year off with a homer. Not the betting man's favorite for who would hit the first home run for the New York Yankees. It's Willie Randolph. Gives the Yankees a 1-0 lead. Now up steps the big boppers, Aaron Judge. And 2022 batted .311, 62 homers, 131 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Bobby at second for out number 2. And up to the plate steps Mickey Mantle. And in 1961, Mantle hit .317, 54 homers, and 128 RBIs. And that ball is high. How far is this one going to go, folks? And kiss it goodbye. Well, Mick turns on it, and now it's a 2-0 ball game, and the Bronx Bombers have showed up in L.A. 2 home runs, one for Willie and one for Mick. And now Roger Maris steps up, and in 1961 he batted .269, 61 homers, and 141 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Maris out, but not until Willie Randolph and Mickey Mantle go yard and give the Gator a 2-0 lead going into the bottom of the first. And Shohei Ohtani steps up to the plate in 2021. He batted .257, 46 homers, 100 RBIs, and he'll be facing the Gator. And in 1978, he was 25-3 with a 1.74 ERA. Here's the pitch from the Gator. That's going to be a swing and a miss. The Gator starts him off with a strikeout. And Bobby Grich comes to the plate now. And in 1979, Bobby batted .294, 30 homers, 101 RBI. And that's going to be back-to-back strikeouts to Gator. Got that slider working today so far. Can he strike out the side to start this first inning? Mike Trout steps up to the plate, hitting 312, 39 homers, and 79 RBIs in 2018. And that's going to be against the lefty, 27. And he doesn't strike the side out. That's going to be a ground ball down to Willie. But that'll win the inning. 1, 2, 3 goes the Angels. So we go to the top of the second. We got Martinez, Munson, and Nettles. We got the M boys do in that middle of this lineup. And Tito in 1997 batted .296, 44 homers, and 141 RBIs. And that's going to be a strikeout. Chase's second strikeout of the game. Matter of fact, that's back-to-back strikeouts for Chase. Here comes the other M&M boy, Thurman Munson, who in 1977 batted .308, 18 homers, 100 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short for out number 2. And Greg Nettles to the plate here. And Nettles in 1977 batted .255, 37 homers, and 107 RBIs. And that's a ground ball down the short and a 1, 2, 3 inning for the Yankees. To the bottom of the second we go. Glass, Solomon, and DeSensei do up here. Troy in 2000 batted .284, 47 homers, 102 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Roger. He makes the catch for out number 1. And Tim Solomon steps to the plate, batting .330 with 34 homers, 105 RBIs in 1995. And he gets a hold of this. The first hit of the game for the Angels is going to be a 1-out double. So Solomon standing down at second. 1 out for Doug DeSensei. And Doug in 1982 batted .301, 30 homers, and 97 RBIs. And that's going to be a down the second. 21. That should be fielding column 1, I would think. Yep. And that's going to be a pop up down the third. Nettles makes the play for out number 2. And Molina steps up to the plate. Benji batted .295, 15 homers, 69 RBIs in 2005. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Cheater over to Tito. And that'll do it. The Angels strand 1. We go to the top of the third. It's still a Yankee 2-0 lead. We got GUIDRY due up, followed by the top of the order in Jeter and Randolph and Gator. It's there. See if he can help his own cause. And that's going to be against the righty 19 against a 9. And that's going to be a ground ball. That's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes GUIDRY out. That brings Jeter to the plate now. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. And he's going to bobble that ball, Chase is. He's going to hold on to it, but Jeter's going to be safe at first. Not what you want to do against the Yankees is to give them extra ounce here. Not with this lineup. E27. We can get an E steal. Okay, so now you got Willie up. He's already homered in this game. Here's the pitch to Randolph. That's going to be a deep fly ball out there right field. Solomon goes back, makes the catch near the wall for out number 2. All rise. Here comes the judge. He is 0 for 1. He grounded out the second. And that's going to be a base on balls. Aaron walks on down the first. That puts Jeter in scoring position. And the Mix already launched one today. And he hit number 2 here with first and second. Jeter speed, a single, drive in a run. Here's the pitch to Mickey. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. So a ground ball back to the mound. And they get Mick and the Yankees strand too. We go to the bottom of the third. Still 2-0 New York. We got the bottom part of the order due up here for the Angels. Ferguson, Chance, and then back to Ohtani and Jim. In 1970, batted .278 with 22 homers and 82 RBIs. And that's going to be another strikeout for the Gator. His third strikeout of the game. And up to the plate now is Dean Chase. And Chase in 1964 batted .79 with no homers and no RBIs. And that's back-to-back strikeouts. The Gator looking to strike the side out. Ohtani steps to the plate. And the Gator struck him out back in the first. Can he do it here in the third? And that's a good morning, good afternoon, and good night. The Gator with his 5th strikeout of the game strikes him out in order. We go to the top of the 4th. We got all the M's due up here. Maris, Martinez, and Munson. Roger struck out his first time against Chance. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Bobby at second for out number 1. Here comes Tito up. Martinez is 0 for 1. He struck out his first time back in the second. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. 2 ground balls, 2 outs. It's up to Thurman Munson to keep this inning alive. And Thurman is 0 for 1. He grounded out to short his first time up. And that's going to be a rare play of 38 of 55. 38 is hit down the third. Have to re-roll the dice, and the Sensei's down there, and he's going to make a nice play, I would assume, on this one. 17, yep, a pop-up out in the shallow left field. The Sensei makes the catch. The Yankees go down 1, 2, 3. To the bottom of the 4th we go. You got Grich, Trout, and Glass due up here. Bobby 0 for 1. He struck out against the Gator in the first. And this is going to be a 23. It's going to be a fly ball out to Mick. He makes the catch for out number 1. Trout comes to the plate now. And Trout grounded out the second his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. And Tito takes it himself for out number 1. And up to the plate now steps Troy Gloss. And he flew out to Rogers first time up. That's going to be a ground ball down the short. 55 and a 9. And that's going to be fielding column 2. And that's going to be an error by Jeter. And E6 keeps this inning alive. What the Gator wanted here. Timmy Sullivan comes up now with a runner down at first and 2 outs. Again, you don't want to give these guys extra outs. And Sullivan has the only hit of the game off at the Gator. He doubled back in the second. And not this time. That slider gets him. And Gator picks up his 6th strikeout and gets out of the inning with no damage done by that error. We go to the top of the 5th. Bottom part of the order due up here for the Yankees. Nettles, GUIDRY, and then back to the top order will flip over with Jeter. Nettles grounded out to short his first time up. And that's going to be against the righty. 20. That'll be a fly ball out to Ohtani and left. Out number 1. Steps the Gator. He struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a rare play. 65 and 36. 65 and 36 is going to be ball 1. So here's the 1-0 count to GUIDRY. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Ferguson at short. He fires across the diamond for out number 2. And we're back to the top of the order and Derek Jeter. And Jeter's 0 for 2. He did reach on an error back in the 3rd, though. And that's going to be a 20 and a 10. That is going to be a ground ball down the short. 1, 2, 3 inning for the Yanks. To the bottom of the 5th we go. Yankees holding on to a 2-0 lead here. You got the Sensei, Molina, and Ferguson due up. Doug is 0 for 1. He popped up to his counterpart. Nettles at 3rd, back in the 2nd. And that's going to be a 18. That'll be a fly ball out the Mick for out number 1. And Benji's up now. Molina grounded out to Derek at short, back in the 2nd. 9 and a 13. 10. That's going to be another fly ball, and Mick takes another base hit away. Mick's playing one hell of a center field out there today, along with hitting the home run. 2 up, 2 down here. The bottom of the 5th. And Jim Ferguson's 0 for 1. He struck out in the 3rd. And that's going to be another fly ball. All 3 fly balls to Mick, and Mick makes them pay. With a record set by many, 3 putouts in the inning by Mick. To the top of the 6th we go. Randolph, Judge, and Mantle due up here. See, the Yankees got one more game out here in L.A. Then they move on down the road to Oakland. Then up to Seattle. And Willie's 1 for 2. He started this game off with a homer back in the 1st. And that's going to be a swing and a miss for out number 1. That's Chase's 4th strikeout of the game. Here comes Aaron. He's 0 for 1. He's grounded out and walked back in the 3rd. And not this time. Old Aaron gets a hold of this one, folks. See where this ball's going to end up at in L.A. And that's going to be a double in the right field. Aaron's down at 2nd in scoring position for the big boys, the other big boys, I should say. Mick and Maris now. Mick's already hit a homer today. He's 1 for 2 back in the 1st. Here's the pitch to Mickey. And that's going to be a ground ball down the 1st. And Troy tosses it over to Chase covering. Judge will get down the 3rd, but now there's 2 outs. And a runner 90 feet away for Roger. Roger deliver here and get another run on the board. He is struck out and grounded out. And that's going to be a team. Let's see here what their team is. 1, 2, 10, 13, 17, 25, 25, 34. So they'll be fielding column 1. That's going to be a fly out to left field. And that'll end the inning. Yankees strand 1 to the bottom of the 6th we go. You got Chains due up, Ohtani, and then Gritch. Dean is 0 for 1. He struck out in the 3rd against the Gator. And that's going to be another strikeout. GUIDRY with his 7th strikeout of the game. And Shohei Ohtani's up now. He has struck out both times against the Gator. Can he give him the hat trick here, folks? And that's going to be a fly ball out to right field. Maris makes the catch. He avoids the hat trick for out number 2. Alrighty, now we got Bobby Gritch up. And Bobby's 0 for 2. He has struck out and flown out the center. 2 down, nobody on. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Tito. He takes it himself. Angels go down 1, 2, 3 to the top of the 7th we go. We got the M's due up here, Martinez and Munson, and then Nettles. Tito's 0 for 2. He struck out and grounded out. And that's going to be another ground ball. This one down the 2nd for out number 1. And Ken Castro joins us here today. Excuse me, trying not to cough much. I think that was the first time. We got Thurman Munson up now. He's 0 for 2. He's grounded out and popped up. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. Thurman gets aboard here with a 1 out. That'll bring up Greg Nettles now with a 1 out. Can Greg do something here? Yeah, I'm getting tired or not. I didn't want to get on here and be coughing and carrying on, Ken. So we got a runner down at first and 1 out for Nettles. Nettles is grounded out and flown out. And that's going to be a back to the pitcher. 44 and a 1's probably fielding column 3. And it is. And that'll be a rare play with a runner down at first. Rare play on a 39. 12 and a 39. It's going to be a 25. That'll be back to the pitcher again. And that'll be a 3rd column. And that's going to be 1st and 2nd on wild throw. Runner to 3rd, F scores. So Munson will get down the 3rd on the error by Chase, a throwing error. E1 runner gets down the 3rd. So we got 1st and 3rd now for the Gator. Can the Gator help his own cause here? That is the question. So the Gator's up. Do we want to try to sacrifice just Nettles down? We don't want to do a suicide or safety squeeze. So we're just going to sacrifice Nettles down the 2nd. Trying to avoid the double play. And that's going to be a successful sacrifice. That's going to be a sacrifice down the first baseline. Munson holds at 3rd. Sacrifice down the 3rd. Over the 2nd. Runner on 3rd's not going nowhere. See if this will work out. So now we got 2nd and 3rd. And Derek Jeter up here now with 2 outs here. Can Jeter deliver here and double your pleasure, double your fun, double your lead with double mint gum? He's 0 for 3. He has grounded out, flown out. He did reach on an error back in the 3rd. And he does get a hold of this one, folks. How far is this one going in the LA air? Let's see here, 20 and an H. And that ball is off the wall out in right field, but that'll clear the bases. A 2-run double, just missed it. Chase kept the ball out of the sweet spot, folks. Jeter thought he had a 3-run shot, but that 2-run double makes it 4-0. And now you got a runner down at second and 2 outs for a man to start the game off with a homer, him and Mick. He's 1 for 3, Willie is. He homered back in the first. He has flown out and struck out since. And that ball is well hit. Willie Randolph having a hell of a game. And Chase, all of a sudden, with 2 outs here, has hit the wall in the 7th. And that ball is driven into the gap and left field. And Randolph with an RBI double. And that brings up the Judge. Aaron Judge comes to the plate. He's hit a double in this game. And Chase, they're getting a bullpen up now. What was a 2-0 game has turned into a 5-0 game in a hurry. Judge is 1 for 2. He has walked in the 3rd, doubled in the 6th. And that'll be a 40. And that'll be a pass ball. PB2 or 3. Yep. That'll be a PB2 or 3. That's a pass ball. So Randolph gets down the 3rd, and this inning's just blowing up on the Angels. Now a runner down the 3rd for Judge on the 1-0 pitch. And that'll be a swing and a miss. He comes back and strikes him out, but not until the Yankees. They had 3 runs. We go to the 7th inning stretch. It's 5-0. Got the big boys due up here against GUIDRY. Trout, Glass, and Solomon. And Mike is 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice. Here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be against the lefty. 27. That's a fly ball out to Aaron and left for out number 1. He steps up here to the plate. Troy's 0 for 2. He's flown out, but he did reach on an error by Jeter back in the 4th. And that's going to be a single in the left field. So Troy's aboard here with a 1-out base hit. Only the 2nd hit of the game, folks. Solomon, who's coming up, has the other hit. Hit a double off of GUIDRY back in the 2nd. So now you got runner on 1st and 1 out. And here's the pitch to Tim. And that's going to be against the 21. That's going to be a ground ball down the 2nd. 61 and an 8, probably going to be fielding column 3. Nope, it's barely column 2. And they'll get the runner out at 2nd. So it'll be a 4-6 put out. Can't turn the double play. Brings up Doug DeSensei now with 1 out and a runner still down at 1st. Doug has popped up the 3rd and flown out the mix. And that's going to be a catcher 34 and an 8. Should be fielding column 1, I would think. Yep. And that's going to be popped up behind the plate. Thurman takes off the mask, makes the catch. We go to the top of the 8th in a 5-0 ball game. I think that's going to be it for Dean. Let's see here. You got Mick coming up. Turn him to the right side, and then a lefty and a lefty coming up. So I think they'll bring in a lefty if they got one in the bullpen. And do they? They might have nothing but righties. Yep, they don't have a lefty in the bullpen. No lefties in the bullpen. So they're going to bring on, let's see when he's due up here. He's due up third. Due up third. So they're going to bring in Rodriguez. Okay, Francisco Rodriguez is going to come in and pitch. This Angels bullpen is all that in a bag of chips, I'll tell you that. As Dave Gardner joins us here. So Francisco Rodriguez is going to come in and pitch 1 inning. He's due up third, trying to keep this a 5-0 ball game. Remember, it was 2-0 going into the 7th. Chase has had the wheels fall off the cart. Where's old Rodriguez at? There he is. So this is Rodriguez. 2006 season, he was 2-3, 47 saves with a 1.73 ERA. Look at those cards there, Dave and Ken. An AC, a 22, a KYG. They also got Harvey in the bullpens, an AC 20, Lee's an AC 21, and Troy's in there as a 20. They got one hell of a their worst bullpen pitcher is Donnie Moore as a 19A. They got a hell of a bullpen, Angels do. The problem is their bats ain't that great compared to the rest of this league. Here's the Mick. Mick's off to a good start to the season. He's 1 for 3. He homered back in the first. And here's the pitch to the mighty Mick. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes out Mick for out number 1. And Roger Beers comes to the plate. And Rogers 0 for 3. He has struck out, grounded out, and flown out. And that's going to be against the righty. 1 and a 9. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. The Sensei's up with it. Fires over to first for out number 2. And Martinez comes to the plate now. And Martinez is 0 for 3. He has struck out, grounded out twice. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And K-Rod strikes him out and does his job. So we pitched it here in the bottom of the 8th. Got the bottom third of the order due up here. Molina, Ferguson, and then K-Rod due up third. And Benji is 0 for 2. He is grounded out and flown out. And that's going to be against the lefty. That's going to be a fly ball the second time. Mick's taking a base hit away from Molina. Nice play out there by Mick for out number 1. Here's Jim Ferguson up now. He's 0 for 2. He is struck out and flown out. And that's going to be another strikeout as the Gator gets his 8th strikeout of the game. We'll have a pitch hitter here for K-Rod. Let's see who's going to come off the bench here against the lefty. Need some base runners. And Desmond's going to come off the bench, I believe. Like I say, they're not looking for the bomb here. They need some base runners. Higginson comes in, and in 2007, he batted .330 with 3 homers and 51 RBIs. Here's the pitch from the Louisiana Lightning. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes him out for out number 3. We go to the top of the ninth. It's a 5-0 ball game. And they're going to bring Donnie Moore in here. The pitch, one of my favorite relievers, especially when he was with the Braves. Sad ending to his life. So Donnie Moore will come in the game. Try to keep it a 5-0 ball game. Give him a chance against the Gator in the ninth. And what year is this for Donnie? 1985. He was 8-8 with 31 saves and a 1.92 ERA. He'll be facing the bottom part of the order. Munson, Nettles, and GUIDRY. Thurman is 1 for 3. He did single and drove in and came around the score in the seventh. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes out the captain for out number 1. And Greg Nettles now comes to the plate. He's 0 for 3. He did reach on an error in the seventh. Came around to score. And that's going to be a base on balls. And GUIDRY sacrificed, bunting him down the second. Last time up, he's going to try it again here. And that's going to be a 23 on a sacrifice. That's going to be first and, let's see, a 53. First and second on air. Runner's going to get the third. F goes, scores. So now that's going to be a 2-base error as Donnie Moore throws this one into the cheap seats. So the runner's going to get down the third and the batter down the second. So now we got second and third. Donnie Moore in a pickle now. Going to force the infield in. And we're back to the top. He went too far. Didn't want him scoring. So we'll back this up. Sorry about that. So it'll be an E1. Runner on first. It's 2 bases. We'll make it only 1 base and see if that works. Okay, so we're going to go E1, runner on first, 2. And there we go. Now we got second and third, and Jeter's up. And Jeter had that 2 RBI double back in the seventh. Busted this game open. Here we are in the ninth in a 5-0 ball game. 1 out, runners in second and third, infield in. And that's going to be against the righty. 20. And it's going to be a fly ball out the right field. 43 and a 3. That'll be fielding column. 44. Does he try to? I don't think he tries to score here. 44. He's got a good arm out there. Nettles does not have great speed. He's going to stay put at third. So fly ball out the right. Now there's 2 outs, and Willie Randolph, who's having an excellent game, comes to the plate. He is 2 for 4. He's got a double, a homer, and 2 RBIs in this game. And that's going to be a base on balls. I don't know. I know he's having a hell of a game, but you're going to walk him to fill the bases for Aaron Judge. Aaron can make this a 9-0 ball game in a hurry here. The Judge is 1 for 3. He did double back in the sixth. Here's the pitch to him. And you're going to get away with that. It's a ground ball down the short. Fires over the first. Yankees leave the bases loaded. Moore gets out of it. But nobody scoring. To the bottom of the ninth we go. The Gator pitching a 2-hit shutout. Will be facing the top of the order. O'Shaughnessy, Critch, and Trout. Can the Gator get the shutout here? Opening day. Otani's 0 for 3. He struck out twice. Gator trying to give him the hat trick. And nope, that ball is high. How far is this one going to go, folks? And that ball is out of here. O'Shawnee takes the Gator deep. And all of a sudden now it's a 5-1 ball game. Leave the Gator in. You want to get the bullpen up. Yankees got a hell of a good bullpen too. And you got Rivera, Goose, Lau out there. So Bobby Grich comes up to the plate. Now it's a 5-1 ball game. Anybody gets on, gets in scoring position, that'll be it for the Gator. Bobby's 0 for 3. He struck out, flown out, and grounded out. And there's a double, and that's going to be it for the Gator. He can't go the distance. Bobby gets on here. And are they going to go to the main man here? And they are. Moe's coming in the game to finish it off here for the Gator. One good slider deserves another. GUIDRY can't get out of this 9th inning. Rivera's going to come in the game, try to close the door with Mike Trout, Solomon, and the Sensei do up here. So Gator goes 8+, responsible for Bobby down at second. And what year is this for Rivera? In 2008, he was 6-5 with 39 saves and a 1.39 ERA. Trout is 0 for 3. He is grounded out twice and flown out. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second or a pop-up down the second. That's going to be a 33 on an 8. Should be fielding column 1. And it is. That's going to be a ground ball down the second. The runner will get down the third. So now you got a runner down at third, 2 outs. The Yankees with a 4-run lead is going to play back. They'll give up the run for an out. Troy is 1 for 3. He singled back in the 7th. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Rivera's first strikeout of the game. Big out there. That brings up Tim Solomon now. And Tim's 1 for 3. He doubled back in the second. And that's going to be back-to-back strikeouts. And the Yankees hold on to win in a 5-1 ball game. Alrighty, we'll look here at the box score. And the Yankees, 5 runs on 6 hits and 1 error. The Angels, 1 run, 4 hits and 3 errors. Willie Randolph, 2 for 4. Got a homer and 2 RBIs. Mick with a homer in the game. Yankees were 2 for 8 with runners in scoring position, left 7 men on. O'Shawnee with that home run in the 9th. The Angels were 0 4 with runners in scoring position, and he left 4 men on. Gator pitched one hell of a game, going 8+, picks up the win. 4 runs, 4 hits, 1 run, struck out 9, gave up the home run. Rivera comes in, pitches an inning, strikes out 2. Dean Chance goes to 0-1, 7 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs, only 2 of them earned. Walked 1, struck out 5, and gave up 2 homers. K-Rod comes in, pitches an inning, strikes out 2. Donnie Moore an inning and strikes out 1 and walks 2. Take a look here at the standings and leaderboard. The Yankees are tied for first with the Orioles at 1-0. The Red Sox are 1-1, a half a game back. Tampa Bay's 1-2, a game back. Tigers are 2-1, a half a game up on the Indians. Kansas City's 1-2, a game back. And the White Sox are 0-2, a game and a half back. And out west, the Rangers are top the division. They're 2-0. A's and Mariners are 1-1, one game back. And the Angels are a game and a half back at 0-1. I want to thank Dave Gardner and Ken Castro for joining us here. We'll have game 2 of this series. Will be the next one. And it looks like it's going to be Mel Stoudemire going up against Chuck Finley in game number 2. Until next time, if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell for reminders. And on your way out, hit that like button and leave a comment. Until next time, y'all have a great day and take care.